Okay, we're going to be reviewing ImmortalJS. This is my third review for them, third or fourth. Hello all, this post is for a header, but anyone can answer. I had a game where I ranked from Plat 3 to Diamond 5 after winning. I don't think it's a one game, you probably were doing really well in general. So this is really a mix of Plats and Diamonds playing each other. Anyway, I'm more concerned about continuing to improve so I don't immediately get kicked out of Diamond the next time I get a rank update. I mostly play Sigma in this game, although I do play some Orisa, but only one fight on offense and 2 or 3 fights on defense. My thoughts, I'm really looking to improve on my ability usage. I really feel like I'm decent at spamming my main attack in the right places, but I often feel lost on when to use my rock, and I'm especially lost on when to use my ultimate. In this game, at least, I'm not always clueless on it, but I can use some help in improving. I'm still fairly new to Sigma. I have less than 10 hours on him in ranked, so I have a ton to learn. He's one of the heroes I want to main. I actually want to learn Orisa, Sigma, and Winston, so I can always flex regardless of the map I am playing or my/the enemy team composition. I think that's a good call. I win this game, but I don't think I fully deserved it. My teammates carried me in the last fight, but I don't think I was carried the entire game through. You only say this because you know I prefer a loss, which I do, but it's fine. On a side note, I finally made the Diamond, which has been a goal since I started Overwatch back in Overwatch 1. And I would say that's a great accomplishment, right? I think when I first started watching your gameplay, I think it was something like mid-gold, like gold 3 or so. So you've come a long way in less than a month, I think. You've come, two divisions or whatever. That's a pretty sizable increase. So that's impressive, and you should be very proud of that. I would also say that Diamond now is harder than it was in Diamond in Overwatch 1. So I would say your actual climb is larger, and your peak is actually higher than it was in Overwatch 1. Even though it might actually say it. Like, I was GM in Overwatch 1, but I don't think GM is, well, maybe with the recent quote unquote like rank inflation or whatever it's not, but like I would say when I started Overwatch 2, I think GM was probably closer to like high diamond for Overwatch 2. Anyway, let's take a look. So you're gonna start as a reset. I'm gonna go to Sigma pretty quickly. So I think in general, I think you should be shooting more, right? Ammo's free for you. It's all that is heat. I think I would have already started shooting the Orisa. I don't think it's the right call to spin here unless you think you have an opportunity to get a kill on this Orisa, which does not feel that. Like, yeah, you killed the Widow who's out of position, but I'm not feeling like, oh, yeah, I can definitely get a kill right now. I think I would have just walked up and saved the spin. So I would hope right now is that you're going to try to outplay the Orisa. So I've said this in a bunch of other videos. I don't know if you've seen them. I think I've said it in yours. So in the Orisa versus Orisa matchup, the critical thing is to force out spin, followed by fortify, followed by spin. And if you can force out those 3 abilities in roughly that sequence, if you still have fortify, the fight is won. Right? At that moment, after the last spin is popped, you pop fortify and you just walk into her, firing at her head, and there's nothing the team can do to stop you from killing her. Right? Literally nothing, because you're also immune to crowd control at that point. I mean, a Mei wall, I guess, might stop you, but beyond that, it's impossible for them to stop you from killing the Orisa. So that's what I'm looking for you to do, is for you to be smart about your ability usage, try to force out hers, and then pop fortify when absolutely necessary. So you see your spin got you to this corner, but did it get you any other advantage? No, right? She's still a spin. There's a turret in place. Like, you got stuff you got to do before you can make use of this. And now you pop Fortify, which I don't think is a good call, right? You're at full health. You have your team with you. You throw Javelin into her when she's already fortified. Like, this is not, I would say, good ability usage right now. Which is, I think, unfortunate, because I was hoping... it's a little disappointing, because I was hoping to see, like, better here, right? You see that she's clearly getting the better of you in this matchup. Right? You've already used up your spin and your fortify, and she's got full health, and she's just walking over you. And this is a 4 and 5, right? Like, she should be, like, you should be at an advantage here, because you actually are a +1. Anyway, so you go back up. So you pop fortify first. Again, this is a mistake. She's spinning right now anyway, so why would you be popping fortify right now? You want to pop fortify when you have the opportunity to walk over people and kill them, or as a last resort to keep yourself alive. I think you just don't need to do anything, right? If she spins right now when you have 261 health, I just sit behind the cart. I don't need to do anything. I literally don't need to do anything. I just wait until spin's over, and then I start fighting her again, right? When I have more health and she doesn't have spin. Not a fan of your ability usage so far. This is good-ish Javelin. I think the problem is that you're super low now. So trying to repeak right now when you have 60 health is a bad idea. You should have spun immediately and you just died. You just lost track of your health. So I don't think it feels good, right? I think that looking at this, it feels like the enemy Orisa is better than you are. And I think that the enemy Orisa also makes some obvious mistakes here. Like, I feel like I easily could have punished this Orisa. So it's not rocket science, right? Again, like rewinding back here, winning the Orisa matchup should be, right? Widow dies, great. Now you walk forward, you should not have used spin. You just walk forward, shoot, 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 okay? She pops spin, great. Just chill, don't shoot, wait for spin to be done, right? When spin's done, start shooting her again, right? Then she pops fortify, okay, back up, right? Just wait. As long as she's not stopping the cart, I don't care. I just sit around the corner and just wait. Right? Wait fortify out. When I see that fortify is nearly over, then I spin forwards, okay, into the Orisa when fortify is nearly over. Then as soon as her fortify ends, slash, you know, when my spin ends, I pop fortify, she doesn't have fortify, and you just kill her. Just shoot her in the head. It's impossible. Like, you're going to do something like 200 plus damage per second to her. It's impossible, even if both supports are pocketing her, to keep her alive in that situation. She will die. I guarantee you, I have never been in a situation where I have popped fortify on an Orisa who has no spin and nor fortify. She's dead. Like, she's 100% dead in that situation. One thing I missed there was I forgot you to bait out spin one more time because it is a low cooldown. But it's really that straightforward, right? Don't use your abilities when you don't need them, right? And be smart about how to take the mirror matchup. Right, I assume you die here and then go Sigma, which is, you know, fine. I mean, I think Orisa's also totally fine here, but if you don't play Sigma, that's fine. So I would not throw shield that far forwards because you really don't want to take too much. I would just stop it right here, right? Because that's more than enough for you to get forwards. You putting it further out allows them to spam and they don't get fall off damage. So I would have shot through the doorway first. Like, they're unlikely to be standing here. They're very likely to be standing here. So I would have shot through this doorway first. I think shielding that off is good, right? Good, right? Now she's dead. You can release the shield now. I would generally just not go for naked rocks like that. They don't really do that much damage, and I would try to save it for the opportunity to kill somebody. So your rock should be lead to kill attempts, at least, even if they don't lead to kill. All right, so he starts pulling golden core. Yeah, the correct response to this is immediately to grasp. Like, as soon as it started happening, you should have grasped and just, like, basically stood in front of the Torb aiming at him to eat all as much as you possibly can here. You still eat an okay chunk, right? Obviously, you have some space to work with right here. I would, yeah, this is dying. So, save rock, right? You're like popping. Rock is a long cooldown, okay? Like, look, you look rock, it's 10 seconds. 10 seconds without it. And remember that rock can be used to kill people, right? It does, what, like 90 damage on its own, right? It does 90 damage on its own plus a stun. Like, that's really valuable. You don't want to just throw that away just to do 90 damage to somebody. Okay? It should be a kill attempt. So, for example, right now, if the Orisa was not going to step back in front, you could throw a rock at the Zen here, or the Baptiste, and then attack immediately and possibly get a kill. That's the value of rock. Not just randomly chucking it at like a fortified Orisa. So at this point, after you lost one, you should have backed up through the room this way and just given space. You trying to stay up here, like, is a huge mistake. But I think you tried to walk backwards, but you hit the wall. So I think you misplayed that, right, pretty clearly. So this is when rocks are useful, right? This is what you save rocks for, is when people make mistakes like this. So the Bastion comes around the corner, just fire. Like, you heard the Bastion already shooting. At this point, you should have already been in the rock animation. And the rock should hit him, like, right now. Probably saving your Hanzo, depending how fast you did it. Possibly not. But then your rock would have hit him, and then you would follow up and kill him. Right? But you're way too late, so your Hanzo dies, and you take a bunch of damage, and you miss the rock. Don't let shield break ever. I think you did release it just in time. Just one damage. So another example where, like, why are you throwing rock here? Right? Orisa has fortify right now, which she takes half damage and she's immune to CC. If you throw the rock at her, she's going to take 45 damage. After armor reduction, she's going to take like 30 damage. Why are you bothering to rock? It's like literally, it's basically the same damage as a melee attack at that point. This is not a good usage for rock at all. If anything, you should have chucked the rock at this Zen and then tried to follow up and get a kill. Right? This rock, super low value. Super, super low value. Like, it would have been better if you didn't throw the rock at all. Much better, in fact. Yeah, kill a turret. You grasp here. So one of the key things is, like, you have to make sure people are actually, similar to Zarya Bubble, you have to make sure people are actually attacking you before you do grasp. Does it look like you're going to attack here? Not yet. I would wait until the Bastion actually starts shooting at me before I start grasping. Right? I probably want to get a little bit closer here. But Bastion does end up attacking you, which is great. So Orisa tries to repeat this for some reason. That's quite a choice. I think she's trying to cover for her team. I understand that. Just walk forward. Right? Yeah. So right now, not your job to move the cart. Right? Your job is to stay over here and just stuff the spawn and constantly keep attacking and make their life miserable trying to get out of the spawn. That's where you should be. There's no point playing this far back, right? You just want to make it really, really hard for them to regroup, possibly get kills. Your shield's too low right now, right? Let it regen fully. Gotta toss that rock a little lower. And because you're not stuffing their spawn, their Baptiste gets a chance to walk out of spawn and then go high ground, right? You should have already been on the Baptiste earlier. Like right here, killed, you should already be walking forwards. You would have met the Baptiste roughly when he gets up here. And then it would have been a lot harder for him to go high ground because you would have done damage. So that little thing allows the Baptiste to get high ground right now, which he shouldn't be. Again, another grasp, nobody's actually attacking you. Capped, great. Yeah, just keep attacking right now. Yeah, you can use cart, right? Keep attacking, non-stop attack. Right? Always be attacking. Always, always, always be attacking. Yep, just walk over. At this point, there's nothing she can do. Yep, just keep walking over. Keep trying to get kills. Keep chasing. Right? Don't worry about cart. It's not your job. It's not your job to move cart. Stop moving the cart. You almost seem like lost here. Like you should have been already all the way over here, chasing down this Torb and this Zen to get the kills. That's what you should be doing right now. So another rock where I'm like, I'm not sure this is like super high value because like it's very hard to hit anybody with rock here, right? The Torb has cover close here, and these targets are really far away. So even if you hit this Bastion, he's not going to die because he's really, really, really far away. Plus you use delay post, of all things. So another grasp before anything's actually attacking you. This is a bad time for Flux. So when's a good time for Flux? A good time for Flux is obviously 5-on-5 situation, right? Or 4-on-4, even situation where no side has a clear advantage. A. B, you use it to pick the enemy team up someplace where you and, at least you, but you and or your team can see them, right? That's the optimal case scenario is you pick up people that your team can see. That way they can help you kill them. All right? Bonus points if they're already below, right? Because then they can die without you doing any extra damage. Also bonus points if you use it to interrupt an enemy ultimate. So for example, Nano Blade, right? Or a Nano Ride. Or don't pick up like Visor, right? Or High Noon because they'll kill your whole team with it. Like a Reaper ulti, right? There are lots of examples of situations where picking up the enemy completely messes up their ability to continue the rest of the ultimate. So Whole Hog, right? Whole Hog's another really good example. So in this situation, let's think about what qualifies. Like first of all, does your team, right? Is this an even team fight? I would say no. First of all, your team already popped Dragon, right? 2, look at how many people are low, right? The Bastion's 1 health away from death. You just kill this Lamp, this Bastion is dead. The Baptiste is at half health. The Orisa's at half health. And this Torb is super overextended. I don't think you need Flux right now. Right? So that's problem number 1, is I don't even consider this an even fight. I think if you just walk forward, kill that Lamp, and this Bastion is dead. I don't think you should have given up this corner. I think you should be playing like right here. Number 1. Number 2, can your team actually see the people who are picked up? Not really. Because of the map geometry, you see that over here, your team can't see anybody. They have to walk really far forward to try to do anything. And so that's the second problem, right? So I would say this is a bad ultimate. Now, when you pick people up, remember the way that Flux works. Flux does 50 damage on lift, plus a half of their maximum health. So for a 200 health hero, it will do 50 initially, down to 150, plus 50% of their max health, so 100. So after they land and slam down, they will be at 50 health, which means for 200 health heroes, you have to do 50 damage to them, at least, for them to die, assuming they don't get any healing. So when you lift them into the air, you must immediately follow up with attacks on them. So for example, you should be attacking the Baptiste and the Zen here. Instead, your attacks are way too low. Then on landing, you still have the opportunity to kill them by getting a second attack. You usually get 1 attack when they're in the air, 1 attack when they're on the ground. And you see your second attack is you're way too high up in the air to be able to do anything about it. So I think you completely whiffed this Flux. It did virtually nothing. That's good, right? That's a good kill. This is kind of a weird situation. So you get the kill here. I think the problem is your Orisa's like on your backline right now. And then the Zen walks forward, and then you really should have finished the turret first before you started grasping. And then they're kind of on all sides of you. I think you make the right call here, sitting in the corner. You should have released shield while you're grasping, and then you could have repopped shield here to bubble dance, and I think that would have given yourself a chance at least versus healing you. But I think it's just too hard for you right now to juggle all the different things that Sigma does, which is understandable. Sigma is a very complicated hero. He can do all the things, and he's also an excellent duelist. It takes a ton of mechanical skill to play Sigma well. So, great example where you're just not attacking enough. Right? Coming around the corner. So here's one attack. You can attack again right now. Right? You should be attacking the Orisa. Right? That attack's too low. Right? What are you pausing for? Just attack. Attack first and then throw shield. Right? Shield happens, concurrently with everything else. Don't ever have shield interrupt what you're doing. Don't have shield break. Yep, Zen's the right call here. So for orbs, one thing that you're doing if you're having trouble splash or directing them, splash it into them. So if you bounce the orbs roughly here, they will come up and they will hit the Zen dead on. Even if he's strafing, the splash from it will be enough to do a significant amount of damage to him. Right? I think 40 is the max damage for splash. So if you splash him, it'll do 80 damage from 2 orbs, and he'll still be dead in 3 attacks. So this is a bad time to rock, right? Because even if you rock somebody, right, I assume you're aiming for the Torb here. Even if you rock the Torb, first of all, he's overloaded, so he's got bonus health, so there's no way he's going to die. A. B, there's a trance, so he's not going to die from the rock. So neither one of these is a good candidate right now for you to be rocking. I feel like you're not reading what the enemy team is actually doing. Like, you have your own plan for, like, oh, like, they're here, I'm going to attack, I'm going to throw rocks, I think I can land a rock, instead of can they actually die from the rock is a big problem that you're having. Yeah, so right now your goal should be get a pick if you can get it, but if not, just farm multi, right? Just keep like you don't need to give this angle. Just keep spamming the Torb over and over and over again and try to farm multi. They're already down 1 right now. I think this Torb is super overextended. You should be fighting the Torb. Okay, so for the Sigma matchup, I have another video where I talk about this, but for the Sigma mirror matchup, what you want to do is you want to attack the Sigma constantly. Don't worry about the rest of his team unless somebody's like super overextended. Constantly attack the Sigma, right? With your orbs and try to get directs. He's going to throw up shield. Great. You throw up your shield too when you need to, but only if you need to. If he's missing you, don't bother throwing up shield, right? You attack him until eventually the shield will break because shield does not regenerate faster than you're going to do damage. So eventually the shield's going to break or he's going to drop it. Once the shield goes down, keep attacking him. When he gets low, he's going to throw shield back up if he has it. But if he doesn't have shield, he will have to grasp. Your counter to grasp is to immediately rock. The second that you see grasp, activate rock, right? Then you rock him out of it, and then you follow up and you kill him. Because at that point, there's nothing he can do to stop you, right? Because he doesn't have grasp. Presumably doesn't have shield because he would have used shield initially, right? He can use rock, but if he tries to rock you, you throw your shield up. It is a mistake to rock a Sigma unless you know that he doesn't have shield. So you're aiming too low with the orbs, right? That's a good rock attempt, right? See, that's an example of rock where I think it's fine, right? Like this rock, if you land it, he dies. Like you miss it, but that's totally fine, right? Like misses will happen, but it's the decision making that's important, right? It's funny that he jumps over your orbs. Like you try too hard at super close range, just aim directly at them, just dead on to kill them. Because you see how it like kind of bounces around. Just aim directly at him to make sure you get the kill. Torb's over here. That's fine. Attack him. No, so you have to be more health conscious. That's a general problem I notice that you're having. At 326 health, you're not going to die instantly to this Torb. You definitely have the ability to keep fighting him. But you see how you grasp it as nothing, right? I think this is a good rock, right? You're trying to save your soldier, but now you just die here. Yeah. All right, so we're going to reset again. So if you're having trouble up here, go up here, right? Go up here and help your team, right? Or come this way and cut them off, whichever you want to do. Standing down here and attacking is a waste of your time. Right? Reaper's dead, should be 5-4. This should be easy win now, right? You should walk over the opposing team. So this is a great example where you're setting up for a good flux opportunity. These 3 are overextended, right? Right here, I would flux and pick up all 3 of them because my Hanzo is here, my soldier is here, right? and my Kiriko and Mercy are basically right behind this. These three overextended. Flux the three of them. So you lose your opportunity. Torb's going after your... Oh. Right, good rock, right? Follow up with the attacks. You missed the attack, but that's okay. I mean, I think that's a good rock, right? And that's the most important thing. This is not a good time to flux. So remember, what are the criteria, right? Number one, even matchup. Okay. Number two, can me/my team actually kill them? Is this an even matchup? It's not, because the soldier on your team is dead, which you knew, even if you're not watching the kill feed, because you just saw it happen. Right? The soldier goes to the left. Like, this soldier dies literally in front of you. So you know you're down one, and they have close spawn. This is not the time to be fluxing. Like, you don't have a realistic chance at winning this fight. So, I think this is a big mistake on flux. So you should put it further back to make sure you get the Zen. You don't attack while they're in the air. Then you attack only once he hits the ground, but the lamp's already up. Kill the lamp. Again, you're like super overextended here. Double dance. Right, good rock. Yep, that's a good kill, right? That's a good rock. Fight the Zen first. Zen must die first. But either way, like, you saw how the whole thing was completely wasted. Even if you kill the Zen, and you kill the Torb here, you still lose the fight. That's what I want to emphasize to you, is just how outmatched you were in this fight. Even if you killed 3, you still lose, because your soldier died before that fight began. And that's what you have to recognize here, is you're wasting time and abilities when it's not going to matter. Okay? You have to assess, like, hey, if I kill these two, is it gonna make a difference? No? Then I just need to die. I just need to die and come back quickly. The good news is you did farm 44% to shatter, or ulti again. So there's no reason to be stepping behind their shield, you know? Just step to the left and force him back. You can force this field away by walking this way. Because if you stay to the left, he has no shield right now, and you do. Like, he has to walk back or like toggle off the shield. It's a mistake to be playing into his shield, you know? Super aggressive here. You're very lucky to hit that timing. I think he actually interrupted that early. Sigma's overextended. You should kill the Sigma right now. Oh, it's too late with the shield. Right idea, though. Again, you should do rock when you get a chance. Don't walk backwards. Right? In this situation, right, he puts up lamp. Great. I attack the lamp while I'm walking forwards, and then I go kill the Baptiste. Right? This hesitation where you slip back, just keep walking forwards. Oh, you missed the orb. So I would assume ulti. Nope. Yep, he's dead. So walk forwards right now. Stop playing in the cart so much. So you go for the rock here to interrupt. You should go for the rock here to interrupt. Like, the moment he starts lifting, right, I would immediately toggle rock. And then when I'm in the air right now, I would have launched it to the right side and clipped him right there. Or to the left. Either way would have been fine, depending on the timing when you did it. Again, you should rock as soon as you see grasp. Your instinct is, I see grasp, I use rock. Like, the second I see this animation, I immediately start rock. Okay, so you lift. I think this is an okay flux. Right? You gotta go for the kill here. Good kill, right? But the problem is, the fight's already over. So, what kind of goes wrong here? I think the single biggest problem is you should have killed the Baptiste earlier. Right? So, after this point, you go... Wait, but this is the wrong fight? I guess it's the wrong fight. Yeah. I think not rocking the Sigma here was a big deal. Everyone takes a bunch of damage here. And then you use this Flux here, or a Grasp, which I don't think was a great value. You could have, again, totally shut down this door if you had not been doing that Grasp. Or just killed the Sigma. Done a lot of damage to the Sigma, at least. Yeah, I think there's just a lot of optimizations required here. Alright. Moving forwards. So you're playing Orisa, I think, for one fight. I believe these are in console games too, I think. So, I think one thing I want to emphasize here, your aim is still a problem. So this Orisa should be an easy hit, right? Like, I would expect at least 50% accuracy in the Orisa from here. So starts out fine. Yeah, this is fine. This is not so good. This is fine. This is okay, right? This part is really not so good, right? You're like way off target here. Like, I would hope for 50 to 75%, 75% plus accuracy there, right? That's a good javelin kill, but not really getting it. I think this is unfortunate. You're 386. I would not expect to die here instantly, but you eat that. As soon as you get that headshot, you should have fortified. But this is a very tough timing. But I think at high diamond, you definitely survive here by hitting fortified. The second you hear the gasp of Orisa, which is when you drop below 35% health, you would have instinctively hit fortify to not die there. I think that was a really, really big deal. You come back as Sigma. Your team won the fight though, so great. Always be spamming, right? Shoot the left side of the cart. Shoot above the cart. Bounce them off the cart this way. Like, you got a lot of options. Always be spamming. Your attack is free. Again, what's this grasp for? No one's even, like, it's really not that big a deal. Like, you don't need grasp. You could have just attacked there. So you would have saw briefly that Widow coming down the stair. I know it's more obvious to us on replay, but you actually saw her right here. You would have seen her health bar / head at this moment in time and recognized there's a Widow here. And then you could attack in this room and kill her in 2 shots. Now you hear that shot. Now you definitely should know the Widow's in there, yeah? Great, Widow's dead. When you see Zen charging like that, don't stand in a straight line. So remember, you can just bounce them off this wall. You don't even need to peek. If you're low, don't even peek. But keep attacking, right? Don't stop attacking. Always be attacking as Sigma. Yeah, that piece is way out of position. So your instinct when you looked here, you should have been to throw rock. Well, I guess you don't rock. But right now, throw rock. And I would have targeted right here to make sure that Baptiste runs into it and dies. Shield for him. Right? Too late now. Because he came around the corner in tank form. This would have been a huge moment. But the problem is, you don't do it. It gets interrupted. Now you lost the opportunity to get a pick. Right idea for rock. I think that's fair, right? This should be an easy kill. Yep, great. Risa's in. Nothing you do about the Orisa. Way too tanky. Kill the soldier here. Kill the soldier or kill the Sombra. / kill the Zen. Yeah, let's kill the Zen. Right idea. There's not much you can do here. But again, I think it starts with not spamming front enough. Number 2 is backing out here. I would say not spamming front enough, not killing the Baptiste when he was out of position, right here, and then not shielding for your Bastion. All 3 of these are big mistakes that ultimately lead to you just not having enough impact on this fight, which means they eventually just walk over you. Right? You do kill the Baptiste here, but you know, your team gets walked over in the meantime, so what does it matter? Well, the team wins that fight. Not shooting, it's impressive. You want to push forward aggressively right now, right? Because your team just got a pick. You want to push forward aggressively. Because if your team is forced to fight in this small choke, they're going to lose sooner or later. You want to move forwards to allow your team to set up all over here. Like, you have plenty of health. So I think a common mistake of Sigma is to constantly keep lifting yourself after you pick up. I think you should lift only once you do the pickup, and then dip if you're worried about getting interrupted out of it. Hope my chewing doesn't come through in the video too much. I have a bad suspicion that it will. So over here, again, why are you playing so far back, right? Like your Hanzo and your Mercy are frontlining, or Cassidy and your Mercy are frontlining here. Why are you not stepping forward to help out your like? Why are you playing so far back? This is a continual pattern that I've seen where you're way too obsessed with standing on the card. Like you could have been up here killing this lamp and then killing this Baptiste right now, easily. You have plenty of health. You have plenty of health. Nowhere close to aggressive enough. So you have to decide, am I dying on this point or am I leaving? And in this situation, you should definitely die on this point. There's no way you should leave the car at this point. Like before, it was fine. I mean, I guess maybe you're worried about back capping, but at a certain point, you also need to win the fight, right? I would step forward here and let my Mercy worry about the back cap and then turn around when I heard something shooting the Mercy. I'm not asking you to like go all the way over to this choke. You know what I mean? I'm just asking you to step far enough to be able to kill, you know, the Baptiste, because you're going to lose anyway if you don't get those kills. So this shield is not doing you any favors. If anything, it should be here, because your team is getting a lot of crossfire while walking up. And you see how your whole team is just bunched up on top of this cart? This is what you don't want. This is how you lose fights, right? You have to step off cart and establish space. Yep. Slams. But they've capped it, so what does it matter? I think what I would do is I would walk over here, LOS the Orisa, and then walk back on immediately. But if I didn't feel like I could do that, I would just stay on cart, or I'd walk to the other side of the cart. Because if you lose cart here, like it doesn't matter anyway, even if you win the follow-up fight. Like it's a critical thing to not lose cart here, lose the point cap. Force that Baptiste down, right? Walk to the left, just and he's gone. Like sometimes I feel like you make your life so hard for yourself because you're like, oh, it's really difficult to hit the Baptiste. Just walk over here. Then where's he gonna go? Like he has to leave. You're wasting so much time trying to get this Baptiste to leave you alone. By the way, just being hacked doesn't mean you can't attack. This soldier should be dead right now. So over here, you did the rock, you attack. If you're hacked, just attack again. Right? Attack right here, bounce, he's dead. Instead, you just pause here for a little while. Like, it doesn't stop you from attacking. I think you're just trying to hit grass, but you got confused. Oh, boy. Alright, now you're just getting rolled. So... I mean, very clearly your mechanics just are not up to the level that you would hope for, you know? And that's regular, that's expected, because you don't have enough hours on Sigma. But like this soldier should 100% be dead here. No question. Like maybe he gets one kill, but he definitely should be dead right now. And you kind of waiting there is what screws you over. Then you try to grasp, which is bad because grasp extends a fight, which is good if your team's going to win a longer fight. This is a 2-on-4 situation. You have to kill people as fast as possible to have any hope of winning. But I don't think you're keeping track of how many, based on the rest of the game, I don't think you're keeping track of how many people are alive and how many people are dead. Again, always be spamming. Always be spamming. Spam, 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 spam. Don't throw rocks, right? Even though you landed, who cares? Is that gonna lead to kill? No, doesn't matter, right? I assure you, you will get better opportunities. Oh, that throw hard. So because you see the Zen in here, you really want to explode it like right here and splash a bunch of folks with it. And then you can flux a second. Now you want to grasp, for sure. Yep. So you get bunched, that's great. You still want to back up here. Well, a little bit. So you killed one, right? I think going for the summer now is okay, right? Step forwards. You see this? Yep, that's fine. Again, bounce him on the ground. If you bounce him on the ground, it'll make your life a million times easier to hit the targets. I think that rock's okay. Like, I would, again, hold down your attack after you do rock to make sure that you attack instantly after it. By the way, you can throw shield to interrupt hack as well. So, I mean, this is an okay lift. Yeah, I think you want to kill Lamp here. That should be your priority, is to kill Lamp first. That way that doesn't happen. You saw the lamp even when you lifted. So your first goal after you lift is immediately attack the lamp. Right? Don't attack the Baptiste here. You should have been immediately to attack the lamp. Because if you killed the lamp there, he would have died. Right? Orisa Terror Surge kills you all. Come again. You come back as Orisa. Again, wrong time to fortify. Right? She spun in. She pops fortify. Great. I pop spin. I don't pop fortify. I don't need fortify right now. I just pop spin. Great. I use spin, right? Then I pop fortify after her fortify ends. And then I kill her. And then she dies. Kill lamp. You gotta stop javelin her when she's fortified. It's a rough javelin to miss. Kill the Baptiste. Kill the Baptiste. Please kill the Baptiste. What are you spinning over here for? Like, you have the opportunity right here to have spun and chased down and gotten a kill. I mean, the Baptiste ends up dying here, but on the Sombra. Now, Orisa dies. And you end up holding this. One more fight. Yeah, it's fine. Put Sombra back. Okay, so as soon as window gets popped, I spin and I go through it. Because I don't want them to be able to use the window against my team, right? So if I spin, I go through it on top of this Baptiste, then I pop Fortify and I kill the Baptiste. Walking this way, you should just be dead right now. You're extremely lucky to not be dead right now. See? Like, that's actually crazy, because you're discorded and getting shot through window. At higher ranks, I think you're just dead. Right? Again, you have cooldowns here to stop this. Spin would completely shut down this entire window for 2 seconds to give your team space to get out of the way. But you just totally abandon them. Like, you have cooldowns here, you don't use it. You try to javelin on Orisa, who's fortified during her ultimate. Now you pop fortify, but she also has fortify, so this is like not as valuable. You still have spin here. Yeah, you're dead. And your team cleans up. Okay. So number one, to be bluntly honest, I think your DPS carried you. I do not think you played well at all this game. Like, you know, let's say this is Diamond 5, right? Let's say for Diamond 5, let's assume this is like a B grade would be 50-50, keep you in Diamond 5. This felt like a C- to me. I would be very surprised if you could stay in Diamond playing the way you did this game. Certainly on Sigma, but even so on Orisa, I think you made some pretty significant mistakes. I think your ability usage could be optimized like across the board. On Orisa, it feels like it's funny because I feel like your aim and movement is much, much better. I think that's like the biggest changes I remember from first starting to watch you play is your aim and movement is better, a lot better. However, I think your ability usage is still bad. I think it's better, but it's still bad. Like, I still see you popping fortifies first for no reason, popping spins for no reason, javelining for no reason. Like, that's going to hold you back for sure. And it doesn't take a lot to optimize that stuff. Just be like, do I really need to fortify here? Like, is the reason I'm using spin because I need to get to the fight faster? Is that critical? And if I'm popping it defensively, right, could I use spin instead of fortify? Right, because it's only a 2-second window of damage I'm worried about, or am I going to be extended and like in danger for longer than that? Then I need to pop fortify. Like that type of thought process, I just don't feel like I see it there on Orisa at all. So I think that's like the single biggest problem on Orisa. For Sigma, I don't think you're attacking enough. I think Shielders is okay, but still could be better. But number one, I don't think you're attacking enough. I don't think your rocks feel like you're just spamming them versus trying to get kills. A lot of the time, I would say. You constantly keep trying to send them into the tank for no reason. I think your fluxes get you very little value over the course of the game. And you grasp all the time, like wishfully, like kind of hoping someone will shoot you, versus when you're actually getting shot. Which means after you don't have grasp and people run over you, don't you feel like, oh wait, I wish I had grasp here so that these you know, Zenyatta or whoever can't kill me. And obviously your aim on Sigma could still be a lot better. I think definitely would help. But an overarching theme for both heroes is you're just way too passive. You need to be much further up, constantly being aggressive. Like you leave cart a lot. I know like backcapping is kind of a problem because they have a Sombra, but in general, I think you need to be much more aggressive about where you're positioned. Okay, hopefully it's helpful.